So if after doing your makeup still turns out cakey, then you're definitely doing something wrong. And in this video, I'll be showing you how you can avoid cakey makeup or makeup that breaks after a while. So first of all, you can see I start by priming my skin. Not priming is a crime. So you have to prime your skin, you have to prep your skin, right? Rather, I'm prepping my skin. You can see I applied micellar water to clean the dirt. I'm setting it with my setting spray, and I'm using my CeraVe moisturizer to moisturize the skin, and of course to keep the skin moist and plump. So of course I'm spreading it interiorly, I'm spreading it thoroughly so that the makeup can be easily applied. You don't have to be fighting with the makeup when applying. Also, I'm using a primer to help create a barrier between the skin and the makeup so the makeup sits in properly. So of course, so prepping is very essential. Prepping your skin, that is one thing you should not miss to avoid cakey makeup. Now another thing is applying your foundation. Some people go ahead and apply a whole lot of foundation, and which just ends up becoming caked up. So one thing I do is to apply foundation in portions. Apply it in segment. You can see I started with one part of the face, and I'll go ahead to another part and another part, but now you can see I'm applying in portions. That means I have applied the first set and I'm applying the second set. This is just to make the thing to be super blended and for it to be absorbed completely and thoroughly. When you go ahead and pack in so much product, first of all, blending will be super hard and there will be a lot of residue products that were not thoroughly blended, and those products can go ahead and become cakey by midday, or not long after you applied it. Another thing you need to do is to always use a damp beauty blender. If you try using your beauty blender without damping it with setting spray, I said damp, not dripping wet, damping it. If you use it without damping it, you would find it a bit more difficult to blend your foundation or to blend your product, and it will lead to cakey makeup, because once your product are not blended thoroughly, definitely your makeup will not come out nice. So ensure you use your damp beauty blender. Ensure you are applying your foundation in segments. You apply the first layer, you apply the second layer. Do not go about over applying, particularly when you are using a full coverage foundation. You do not need to keep on mounting and mounting layers on it. So you just apply once. This is more like a sheer foundation, just to, of course, give it that unique effect, that extra, a little bit extra effect. So that's why I'm even putting it in segments. But do not overlay your makeup. That's what I'm trying to, your overlay your foundation. So another thing that makes your makeup turn out cakey is using bad products. When you use poor quality products or products that you buy from the roadside, you're going to end up having cakey makeup, because first of all, those things are poorly done, they are poorly made, they are not even made by people, by actual companies. Let's say you are buying fake products, you'll be amazed that those products are done in people's backyard, they are not thoroughly mixed. In fact, some of the components sef, they cannot even blend into your skin. So at the end of the day, your skin gets start having reaction, and your face, your makeup becomes, it begins to break and everything. One of the reasons is poor quality product. So if you are fond of quantity over quality, I think you need to stop that if you want to avoid cakey makeup. So you go for quality product, go to a good makeup store and get your product. In this video, I'm using Zickel foundation, and I mix it with classic even true foundation. I use Zickel even tone and classic even true. I mixed those two because I was trying to get the exact shade. So you can actually use one if you have the exact shade of the skin tone you are working with. So Of course, I am highlighting the face, or rather I'm highlighting the face and I'm also concealing. So another thing I would advise, if you are using a lot of foundation on the face, or you are layering your face to a certain extent, try to put less foundation on those under eyes where the concealer will go. That's the whole essence of applying the concealer. Aside to highlight it, the concealer also help that place to conceal it, because of the way the skin there is. Because most times when your makeup begins to cake or break, it usually starts from there, and that's because you have applied a lot of foundation there, and you're going ahead to apply concealer, so there's a whole lot going on that under eye portion. So if you're applying less foundation, of course, probably you can spread it in there. But if you're going to be applying like somewhat a lot of foundation, not to overlayer, but um to for coverage, then you should try to minimalize, if there's any word like that, reduce it, okay, in the under eyes. And of course, now you can see I'm going ahead to apply my setting powder. The main essence of the setting powder is to press in the to sit in the concealer, so that the concealer sits in properly and does not move. So ensure you're applying enough setting powder. So you go ahead, of course, and apply your finishing powder around the face, and apply your setting powder. I already did that off the camera, but the camera couldn't pick it. But this is the final look, and this makeup stayed all day without shaking. So do want to like this video, and don't forget to subscribe.